Hello, my name is Timo Pihkala. I'm a professor of Management and Organization here in Lappeenranta University of Technology. Also the director of Lahti School of Innovation, a research unit focusing on practically oriented innovation methods and research and development things. What I'm aiming to focus on today is entrepreneurship, a different kind of perspective to entrepreneurship. Mostly we consider entrepreneurship as, well, perhaps it's innovation, perhaps it's startup, perhaps it's job creation, that sort of things. But largely in economies where things are sort of emerging a little slowly, but still it's very much about wealth creation. Companies are created to be able to accumulate wealth, capital, knowledge, all kinds of different things that can be accumulated to something that you happen to own. And that's the perspective I would like to sort of analyze, talk a little about what does it mean. There you go. A small typology of entrepreneurship SME research. I'm a researcher, and I like to take that kind of frameworks, but just for a glance, that most of research about entrepreneurship takes the person perspective. Who are the entrepreneurs, and how could we pick them up? Who are the winners? Or the other side, about the company. How are they created? How do they grow? How do they succeed? And that sort of things. But the combination. The problem is that those companies are created and growing, and that they are so personally person-oriented. They are so person-dependent. The problem is that the very fact that the companies exist is the very point that they are so weak. The same person. That is very often, at least in Finland, and I assume that it largely is a general phenomenon. The entrepreneur is the only person in his or her company who wasn't selected to the job because of his or her talents. Everyone else are recruited and hopefully are skillful for the job. And that's something that we have to deal with when talking about privately owned small businesses. All right, where is it? There. Some things about entrepreneurship research and how things are then dealt with in entrepreneurship policies, because that's how things go. They are involved, affecting each other. We have a huge amount of research on entrepreneurship that deal with the assumption that there's only one entrepreneur per one company. That's nonsense, but that's how research goes. One entrepreneur or one owner per one company, and other way around, one company and one person or group of owners. That's nonsense. The second assumption that we regularly have in research is that entrepreneurship and ownership have nothing to do with each other. Of course they do. Of course they do. You know, ownership is used for entrepreneurship. That's an assumption that is almost 100 years old. Joseph Schumpeter sometimes happened to say that when he tried to explain what entrepreneurship is, he tried to explain that I don't mean ownership. That capitalism is different than entrepreneurship. Well, very well, but entrepreneurs use ownership when they do business. Right, what if it's not just the case of one owner, one company situation? What happens then? What kind of possibilities do we get? You know, first of all, it's not the jurisdictional ownership. How many shares do you own? It's about how interested are you in your business. Are you interested in growing it, or are you interested in developing it, or do you even happen to know that you own that particular company? If it's about life or death, then probably this is an irrelevant question. But the more wealth you have, the less you know about your particular possessions. That makes a difference when we start calculating, okay, how do those companies, businesses develop or grow? It depends on who is owning it. Of course it does. It's not about the number of shares. It has implications on business growth. Of course, that's only natural. It has implications for several different things about the development aspirations. Do the owners want to develop their businesses further? Further. There. What if it's not just the case of one owner, one company situation? You know, it's not just two parties. There are also other parties involved, more and more. And we still keep forgetting it.